Good afternoon, 6th grade. It is Tuesday, April 14th. We're going to be on page 257 to 258 today. We're going to be learning about compound measures. Now, it looks scary at first, but compound measures is something very understandable once you go through it. But here's the thing. When we start each of these lessons, make sure that you're also reading along with me on the top part where it talks about the facts and examples, because you have what I'm working on the board, you have your own paper too, but those little manila parts on the top, those give you a lot of information for the lesson. So we're going to read these together. A compound measure has 2 or more units of measure. An example is 1 pound and 3 ounces. A pound is a measure, an ounce is a measure. A compound measure can be simplified by converting the larger unit to the smaller. We know that a pound and 3 ounces, how many ounces are in a pound? 16. 16 and 3 more ounces would be a total of 19 ounces. A compound measure can be simplified by converting the smaller unit to the larger. Well, we know that 19 ounces would be a pound and 3 ounces. To add compound measures, you add the like units together and then simplify the answer if any of the larger units contain the smaller units. So it's kind of like when we used to add and subtract fractions. There's some very similar rules to it. So let's look at some of the class practice here. Alrighty. Because today you're going to be doing 1 through 4 all, and then 5, A through C, so ABC, and then 6 all. But of course I will work some examples with you also. So let's see here. Let's convert to the smaller unit. Okay, so how many? We'll do A and B first. Actually, I'll just for some review, I'll work with the first row with you. So, convert to the smaller unit. So we've got 2 feet, 4 inches. So which one's the smaller unit? That's right, it's the inches. How many foot in an inch? 12. So 12 times 2, which is 24 plus 4, so we have 24 plus 4, and you have 28. Make sure you put in for inches. All right. Let's look at B. 1 peck and 3 quarts. Which is the smaller unit? That's right, it's quarts. How many quarts in 1 peck? It's 8. So this is basically 8 plus 3, 11 quarts. All right, 3 decagrams and 5 grams. Which one's a smaller unit? Hopefully you know it is grams. So how many grams in each decagram? 10. There's 3 of them. 3 times 10 is what? That's right, it's 30. So 30 plus 5, you have 35 grams. And then lastly, we got 3 hours. And 10 minutes. Which one's smaller, a minute or an hour? Hopefully you would know it is a minute, that's right. So how many minutes in an hour? It's 60. So 60 times 3 is, that's right, it's 180. Plus 10, should have 190 minutes. Make sure that you put your symbol for what it is. We're talking about unit measurements. But that's how you do that top part. Pretty straightforward. I did some review with you on that. All right, let's look at 2. So convert to the larger unit. So on this one, where you have to convert using from small to large. All right, so we've got 2 feet, 4 inches. So it's the same ones we did up there, except for C and D are a little bit different, but they're pretty much the same thing. So 2 feet and 4 inches. So we're converting this to feet. So we've got 2 feet. But now we've got to do a fraction. That's right. So what is, how many inches in 1 foot? 12. So you would go 2 feet and 4 over 12. But that's not simplified, is it? No. This becomes 2 and 1/3 foot. Make sure you put the fraction over here before you put the unit of measurement. So it should have been 2 and 1/3 foot, not 2 foot and 1/3. So 2 and 1/3 foot. And then same thing, remember, there are 8 quarts in a peck. It's just an opposite way to work them out. I'm sure you guys got that. It's just an opposite of how we worked these. But now let's look at 3. That's something different. So let's do 3. 1 on 3. So we got 3 pounds, 9 ounces. We've got 4 pounds and 8 ounces. Pound, 8 ounces. And we've got 2 pounds and 9 ounces. Alright, so remember the steps. You only add your like measurements. So we'll do this side first. So 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 2 is, so we got 9 pounds. Let's count our ounces. 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 9 is 26. 26 ounces. Okay, so second step. We check our answer. Our answer, is there anything that we can simplify? Yes, our ounces. How many ounces in a pound? 16. So we can add another one over here. So we got 10 pounds and 10 ounces. Because remember, 16 ounces make another pound, so I moved the 16 ounces over to make a pound, which means I had to subtract 16, which makes it 10 pounds, 10 ounces. And that's how you do those, so hopefully you shouldn't have any questions with that. You know how many inches are in a foot, you know how many minutes are an hour. 12 inches per foot, 60 minutes per hour. You got those, I'm sure you can get all those, no problem. Alright. Solve and check. I'll do 2 of these with you real quick, just a refresher. X plus 4 equals 10. We gotta solve for what x is. Remember, you want to get your variable by itself, which is the x. So if this is a positive 4 plus 4, you have to do the opposite to get rid of it, so minus 4, which you have to do on both sides, which leaves you with x equals 6. Can I verify it? Sure, because I plug it in. 6 plus 4 equals 10. That's what I needed to get, so we're good. Alrighty, and I'll do b. So x over 3 equals 7. So that's division, which means I have to do the opposite of division, which is, that's right, multiplication. So I times 3 up here. So this, no, remember this nullifies these. So this is x equals, so I have to do 7 times 3 on this side, x equals 21. Can I verify that? Sure, because I can put 21 over 3, 21 divided by 3, of course we know is 7, and 7 equals 7. So we got those pretty easily done. Alrighty, and then 5. Okay, completing the chart. Remember that to get the diameter, you multiply the radius by 2. To get the radius, you divide the diameter by 2. Circumference is pi times diameter. Area is pi times the radius squared. In other words, for the example, the first one, pi times the radius squared would be 3.14 times your radius squared, which is 4 times 4. So 16 times 3.14 would get you your area on 5/8. Alright, so let's see here. And then on 6, the chart, remember to get the discount. I'll do an example of one of those. What do we got? Alright, we'll do 8. So we got regular price of $250. Says your discount price, or your discount is 35%. So remember, get your discount, you turn that percentage to a decimal, 35% becomes 0.35, you multiply it, 0, 5, 2, 12, 0, 0, 15, 6, 7, and you drop 5, 7. Now, not really. And your decimal point is right there. So, gotta make sure that you also remember to subtract, because that's your discount. So that would have been your discount. Your discount would be $87.50. But the sell price you have to subtract. So the original price was $250, and we're discounted off $87.50. So we have to subtract. Make sure you line it up correctly. You're gonna have to borrow 5, 2, and borrow more time. So your sell price is $162.50. There's your discount, which you get by multiplying the percentage with the price, and then you subtract that discount from the price to get your sales price. And I know you guys know how to do that. I just want to do an example, because it's been a while since we've done any of those, but we got that. And that's it for today. It shouldn't have to be anything else on there that gives you trouble. Once again, if you have any questions about this stuff, please get up with me on Remind, and I will see you tomorrow when we learn how to subtract compound measurements. Have a good one.